Yo, are we live? I'm in a good mood tonight. So, this isn't gonna be long. Dang nabbit, I should have got me something to drink before I started this. You know what? I think I am gonna get me something to drink before I start this topic about Summer Walker and social anxiety. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna get a drink real quick. I apologize. I will be right back. Hold on, I'm trying to figure my situation out, y'all. Alright, I'll be right back. 2 seconds. See, I'm back. Not long. So, I wanted this live to be about Summer Walker. Sorry. And her social anxiety. So, I don't know much about this girl. I know the Playing Games song. I like it. I'm an R&B fanatic. The only, in my opinion, because of my own personal disabilities, the one thing I noticed that really makes me feel, and the one thing that really, really gets to the core of me, is music. Always been that way. So especially R&B. I'm a huge R&B fan. So I like that song. And I heard that she has social anxiety disorder. Now, me personally, when I was younger, I wanted to be a singer. There was no, like, Beyonce was out, but Beyonce was not Beyonce at the time. Like, people didn't really know who Beyonce was. Probably just me. Because, I don't know. I was into Destiny's Child early on, me and some other people. But there was no superstar entertainer like Beyonce. There was Michael Jackson. He was huge. He was the entertainer. Like, Janet was like, these were the people who were really reigning in music at the time. And I remember, like, oh my God, I want to be like that. That's what I want to do. Right. And then Beyonce hit the scene as a solo artist, and it just changed the game for me. And even now, I feel like I'm not making my point clear enough. My point is this. As a kid, I wanted to be a singer. As an adult, I had to live reality and go, is this really what I want to do? Whoops. Would it be practical? Would it be realistic for me? I even at one point tried to stop singing, and it didn't work. Like, it escaped me. It's just a part of who I am. So at this point, I just accept it. I record on my little laptop, record voice memos, and I listen to it. I've written songs. I've crafted songs that only my kids know. And that's just me. They know, like my kids would say, like, oh, she doesn't sing. So I say that to say I understand wanting to sing and having social anxiety disorder. What's crazy is how the two can coexist. Because when I was younger, I was in the talent shows. I still had the anxiety, don't get me wrong, but I was able to function more. It didn't frighten me as much to be in front of a crowd when I was younger. It scared me, but not enough to where I was frozen. Fast forward 20 years as an adult, oh my God, I wouldn't be able to do it now. I'd be terrified out my mind to where I can't think, my hands are shaking, and my voice wouldn't work. So I understand wanting to be a singer, not necessarily wanting to be in the spotlight. And I feel like for her, it's when I wanted to be a singer, there was no social media. People had cassette tapes. CDs wasn't even big then. Like, people had cassette tapes. For her, there's social media. Like, oh my God, people are attacking you. people are saying this, and anybody who knows anything about social anxiety disorder should know that it's the thoughts of you from other people that are disturbing, and you replay those moments. Oh my God, how you believe you made a fool of yourself and how you believe other people's perceived you. I watched this girl in her performance, and you can see she's uncomfortable. You can tell this is what she wants to do. She's good at it. But there's something holding her back. And it's hard to watch for someone who that could have been me. It's hard to watch because it's like, wow, like, I know, like, this girl wants this, but there's something that's stopping her from being able to fully be invested in it. And that's challenging. And then she's in the spotlight in the social media era where everybody can say any and everything. I've heard people say, like Wendy say, she wore some type of outfit or something, or she was a stripper or something. And who do you know with social anxiety that wants to be a stripper? First of all, you can have social anxiety, but you got to pay your bills. Sometimes you got to suck it up. I worked in retail. I think retail for somebody with social anxiety is probably one of the worst things you could do. But guess what? I had bills to pay. What was I going to say? No, I can't do it. No, I had to suck it up. There's times where I was overwhelmed. I had to suck it up. They also say, like, and here's the other thing. How do you want to be a singer and you have social anxiety? She's still a person. She still has dreams. She still has aspirations. She still has hopes. This is probably the career she really wants. Social anxiety is not something you want. It's just something that happens to exist within you. And when it does, you have to learn to manage and deal with it. This girl is 23 years old. At 23, man, I wouldn't have had it figured out. So I know she doesn't. What I hope does not happen for her that happened to me is her functioning becoming more and more limited, because that's what happened to me as I got older. It became harder for me to be in front of a crowd. It became harder for me to be in a public speaking set. It became harder. The older I got, the worse that got, to the point where I can't go in the store at a certain day at a certain time. Like, I can't do certain things. It really limits how you function. And I hope that doesn't happen for that girl. So there was some controversy with her. I guess she accepted an award, and people were like trying to, I guess, insinuate that she wasn't grateful or something like that. And I'm like, people really don't know what social anxiety is. I don't think it's something to poke fun at. That's not funny. It's one of the hardest things. For me, my social anxiety coexists with bipolar, and one tends to cancel the other out sometimes. And when I say that, I mean that my social anxiety would normally keep me out of social settings, would most likely keep me from doing anything in front of a large group. But when my bipolar is in full effect, when I'm manic, in other words, and that's normally because of my stress. My stress is a huge trigger. All that social anxiety stuff goes out the window. I have so much confidence. It's ridiculous. I'm the baddest thing walking. You can't tell me nothing. And it's crazy how the two can coexist. And over the years, I had to learn that. I hope that she is able to understand what works for her and what doesn't. I don't think that's a fear she'll ever overcome. But I hope everything works out for her, because I know what that's like. I don't like the judgment that people give her because I feel like people judge the things that they don't understand. And I also feel like people are not willing to understand because this is a black girl. And she's a brown skinned, dark skinned black girl. She's going to get that hate that is just beyond belief. I don't know who's listening to this right now. I don't know who will be listening to this. Whomever, regardless of what you look like, I need you to understand why I said what I just said, because it's real out here and people really feel a way towards people of color and towards women of color. And I feel like that's gonna go into a whole nother topic. This is not what this is about. This is about social anxiety and Summer Walker. Summer Walker is an enormous talent. What I think she should do is keep her responses limited on social media. I think that it's tough. I think that she should perform, but I think she could take, you hear me? I think she should take more control over the performances that she has. Meaning, maybe instead of having such a huge crowd, can it be an intimate group where it's not so overwhelming for her? I don't know who this London on the Track dude. I've heard crazy thing is I've heard his name like tags and stuff on his beats, but I think I know more about his mom than I do him. But anyway, I feel like I'm getting off topic. Look here. Summer Walker is a black girl who has social anxiety that wants to sing, that used to be a stripper. People don't understand how stripping and singing could coexist within somebody. Just because she has social anxiety does not mean that that girl does not have hopes and dreams. It takes great bravery and courage for that girl to go on any platform and sing in front of eyes watching and gawking and probably judging. I've seen this girl. She's got tattoos on her face, tattoos on her neck. And I remember going, girl, why would you do that? But she's young. You know how I go. She'll probably get them removed later in life because, come on. You do stupid things when you're young. But I want the point of this video to be that despite the disability, the dream still exists. And once the dream still exists and that calling is heavy on you, what do? Do you act as if the calling is not there and you go with the disability or the fear or the thing that limits you? Or do you say, no, disability / fear / whatever, I'm going to attempt to live out my dreams and have some type of normalcy and control over my life, which I think is important. Leave Summer Walker alone, y'all. That girl got enough going on. I think with that being said, I'm going to end this live. I didn't want to make this long. I just wanted to, say something, to speak my piece and be like, yo, I'm a singer too. I wanted to be, not a Summer Walker, but I wanted to be a singer too. And I got social anxiety. Look here. You can want to be a stripper and have social anxiety. It is what it is. The two can coexist. Real quick. So I don't check this channel often. I'm busy. And I just so happened to look at a comment that was left on my last video in regards to like Chrissy and, Jazzy for Life and Lives Life. Or, I forget, but you know what I'm talking about. And there was a comment that I just feel was a little negative. And it went against the people that I was kind of like, about. And it went hard for the one girl that I was like, yeah, I don't know about that one. And there were words like, I'm going to say this, like, guys, you can't say mentally retarded anymore. Like, that's not politically correct. You can't say that anymore. It's 2019. They don't let you say that no more. When I was a kid, it was common to say that. Not anymore. I feel like I'm going off. This video is supposed to be over, y'all. I'm not about to go into that, but if you catch this, you don't catch it, I appreciate you. Like the video, please. I really want to make this platform something for the voices that are not heard, for the voices that struggle, for the voices that get up and have the strength and the courage to persevere and go on in spite of it all, for that person who sits in that room in the corner and they're under enormous stress and they do their best to hide it. But there is an internal struggle, and the people on the outside don't understand, and they look at you as if you're the weirdo. I want this to become something for that voice that is not able to speak up. I want this to become a platform where we can discuss these types of things, that this conversation can become more open, can become normal, so that change, great change, can take place. So, like, I'm not even gonna tell you to subscribe. I mean, subscribe if you want to, you know what I'm saying? You know, do what you do. But these are topics that they really need to be discussed. They really do. They affect us all, because one person who's not feeling great sitting on the bus next to you can really do something that'll impact your life in a negative or positive way. So it does affect us all. With that being said, have a great night, guys. I'm out of here.